Okay guys, so last episode you saw me get all the intake piping together, pedals mocked up and stuff, so I'm looking at getting the front end sort of organised now, and just finishing off a few things. The engine's sitting there pretty solid, but it hasn't actually got the engine mounts on yet, so before I go any further I'm going to get the mounts done. So this is just some steel I'm cutting up, drilling a few holes in it. Got another one I'm doing there. So that'll take care of what'll bolt onto there. Then I've got some other bits I'll weld on, which I'll show you in a minute. So these are just some bits and pieces I've got ready to sort of all go. There's fuel pump, filter. That's the rest of the electric water pump kit, all the bits. That's the electric water pump controller and all the gear for that. Still got the mini rod sitting here doing nothing. I can't get the motivation to pull it apart yet. I'll get there one day. And the bike with the little supercharger that I've got to fit one day. Too many projects on the go. Okay guys, so big day today. Well, not in regards to work, but in regards to progress. So mocked up this yesterday. It's very simple and very small little roll cage. It's just got to be spread just a little bit. So I'm going over to see my mate at Eden's Engineering tomorrow, and gonna get some of the hoop bent up. Then I've got to pick up some other steel somewhere, and hopefully I can sort of finish this cage section and tie it all together. The only issue I've got is with the whole pivot body. So normally with like a ute, you would run a bar from here down to here, but if I want the body to be able to lift up, I can't do that. So it's going to have like a bar running across here, and then tie one from in there down to here. Like that's about as good as I can get it. Just to sort of triangulate that a little bit. But it's all got to fit underneath that window unless I want to have big slots in the window, so it gets a bit tricky. Everything has become 10 times harder having to think about whether how this body moves up and down and stuff, but it's going to be cool anyway, eventually. So, yep, off to tomorrow. Alright, we're at the workshop. So, yeah, unfortunately, I forgot to turn the radio down, so if I leave all that music and background music, I'll get demonetised, so I'll just throw a bit of music up for this. Basically, we just did a bit of head scratching, copied the template I gave him, and yeah, got it all bent up, and yeah, it was good. He didn't have enough pipe to do it all, so I just had to get what he had, and then just had to go get some other pipe to finish the rest of it from elsewhere. So anyway, enjoy. I'll just keep going on it there. The car in Jersey's probably not straight anyway, so. Alright guys, so back from Eden's, got the tube bent up, also did these little door bars, you see there, got a little bend put in them. So I've just roughed that hoop out, a bit hard to see with the light there. So what I've got to do now is I've just got some 50mm flat that I got, just going to cut some to put underneath there, just as a sort of a structure for that to go on. So I'll get that hoop in first. Then the 2 door bars down there. I'll put the bend in them just to sneak it around this little bit here. So obviously I left it pretty long, but just to get it around that bit. Just there. Yeah, so I'll get them in. Then gotta cut this one to go across here. And the idea with this one is to have it at the right height so that I can have something welded off that this will then come down and sit flat on and seal that all off, and then I'll sort of build a wall thing down here. Once that's done, once this bar's in, sneak a couple through there to tie it into that bit, and then do some from there down that way like an X thing, and then that'll do for now. Eventually I'll probably end up putting another bar across the top there, across here. But for now, that'll be good if I can get all that done. And then I've got to finish mounting put the gearbox cross member. I've done the engine mounts. Very hard to see under there. I'm not sure if that's focusing or not. Yeah, I'll get this rear engine mount done. I've kicked the rails in here. That goes a lot narrower, so that way I can sit my bum down in there. So we're nearly at the point where I can rip the body off it, and then sort of unbolt the wheels and all the suspension and everything, roll this chassis around and just fully weld it all up, get nice and solid. Yeah, so I'm going to sit stuck into these bars in this roll cage. Hopefully get that knocked out. If not, probably not today. I've got to go pick up the kids in about an hour and a half from school, but definitely tomorrow. Alright, so that's enough for today, I think. Gotta go pick the kids up from school. Just cut this little piece here. So I've done tied that bar in down to there. Let's see how that side. And the main hoop. Put that bar in there. So to stop this sort of folding in half, cut this piece and it will go there like that. So that should sort of triangulate that rear a little bit. I may end up running something from there to there as well, but at least that'll help it, so that then I can lift it up and down and just get all the body sort of adjusted right. So I've got to replicate that one tomorrow over that side. But yeah, it's coming together pretty quick. Welded like plates on the bottom, 3mm plate, get the same there. Yeah, it's looking pretty cool. I haven't tried to lift the body up yet because I'm just waiting to get those braces in. But yeah, I think that's about as good as I'm going to get it, and still be able to have a full roof and stuff. And hopefully that'll be good enough. I may end up doing like a triangular thing across there, or see how much material I got left. But it's looking cool. It's getting a bit more solid. So once I get all this tacked up, I'll pull the body off, and then sort of get it all welded up and see where to go from there. But progress, I'm stoked. Okay, it's a new day, I'm back into it. I just did the back bits, just tucked these 2 back bars in, and I've just started doing these bars here, so a bit hard to see. I just put that bottom one in there. It's bloody horrible light in here. So yeah, I've just got to cut that top bar that goes up to the X on the front there. Then should be pretty safe to pull the body off and then sort of fully weld it. But once you get these other bars cut, this one here, from here, then I'll tack that in, move the body up and down a couple of times, give it a go, see how that looks, and yeah, on the chassis. Alright, let's get a bit of light in here. So, show what we've got done. It's pissing down rain outside. Okay, so look at that. It's all sort of caged out. I'm going to end up doing the bars up there later. But yeah, I'll lift the body up and just sort of see what happens. I can't close the doors at the minute. I've got to cut these out. So I'll hit on the door bars there. They go reasonably close. Okay, get a little bit from here. It's been a headache trying to get this to work with the body lifting up and everything, but it's looking good. Alright, let's check it out. There we go, not sure how much you can see. I'll put it from the side there. It's looking pretty good. I don't know how well they line up together. Yeah, pretty close. So yeah, I'll be able to lift the body off and weld all that up. Might actually jump in and give it a bit of a jump. This is the first time it's been sort of pretty solid. Sweet. Very good. So the next step, we'll pull the body off. Then probably rip I've still got to do the rear mount for transmission. See if I can show you what I've done for the front mounts. Very hard to see. There's the front mounts. They're just tacked on at the minute. I'm going to sort of move them back and forward, depending on exactly where I need it, just to get sort of exactly centered. But she's a lot more complete than it was. So that's sweet. Check it out, I'm so excited. It's been like heaps of work to get to this point, but this is like a massive step. So I can finally take the body off. The cage is sort of mocked up. I'm still gonna have to get a bit creative just to strengthen this rear section up a little bit. I'll probably end up running something around there. I don't know exactly how it's gonna work yet. It'll definitely have some bars there, and I'm gonna have my 3mm sheet going over tubs. I may end up tying back somewhere there or under there. I'll just have to figure out where. But so this is the basic mock-up. Eventually I'll put some bars there as well, but it's just a little go-kart at the minute, and that's really sort of stiffened everything up. That's really good. I'm stoked about that. So yeah, I've just got to get that rear mount done for the transmission. Then yeah, that's all done. Pull the motor out, and wheels and everything off, suspension off, and just fully weld this thing up. So I also did some little brackets here for radiator. That sits in there. One on the other side as well. In there. I'm just trying to think what else I need to add to it. I'm sure there's plenty of things. So I'm not going to sort of paint it or anything yet, but just for now, if I can get all that fully welded, it'd be really cool. Then just sort of start to work on the body. I'll have to test fit it a couple of times to get it back on, make sure it all comes down nice and square and fits properly. Yeah, still shitloads of work to do. I need to get myself a whiteboard and start writing stuff down. But anyway, we're getting there. So yeah, you can see what I've done here. Made that a bit wider. I've got some 20mm RHS that I'm going to run sort of between here. Frame all this out, and I can then send some alloy sheet for a floor on there. I've got to do the firewall. Got to do like a tunnel. So yeah, I've got to bend some reasonably strong sheet over that. Build in a tail shaft loop as well. Yeah, shit, loads still to do. But I've got to make seats as well. I've got this seat here, but like it's a pretty little seat, but there is absolutely no way it'll fit in there. So I'm going to make my own aluminium bomber seats, which will go in here with just a little bit of padding on them. Steering's working good. It's great to push it around. It's like really light, really easy to push, and the steering lock on it's just awesome, so manoeuvrable. So I can't wait to get that steering happening. I've still got to get some engine bits. Still got to get chasing some lifters, rocket gear, some head gaskets, maybe an oil pump. But the problem is at the minute with all this COVID bullshit, it's most of the places that you look on eBay and stuff, they're all coming out of Melbourne, and it's like I've ordered a couple of things from Melbourne and they're just taking forever to get here. So yeah, I don't know what to do. I'll just have to try and track down some places in New South Wales, or I might end up just driving up to Sydney and someone I can get. I don't want to sort of have too much to do with people in Sydney. Catch something. Yeah, so anyway, that's my little go-kart. And pretty bloody stoked. It's looking cool. So here's the body. Ripped it off. It's actually pretty light. I don't know if I can lift that up or not. It's not too bad, but I've still got a lot of weight to pull out of it. This end doesn't matter too much, but up the front here, yeah, there's a lot of stuff I've got to pull out. Cut all the inside out of these doors, completely gut them. The sills I can probably cut quite a bit of shit out of there. I wouldn't be surprised if they're full of rust and shit anyway. So yeah, all the insides of the doors. Hey Bruno, buddy, you're killing. Right. Oh, you're gross. Yeah, so get stuck into that. Oi. So there we go.